What's going on, guys? Brandon here. I'm out hitting the sales hard this morning. I'm just gonna give you a quick tip. So the next town over from me today is having a town-wide tag sale. I looked at the list and the town map, and there's over 50 sales going on in that town today. Now, I know what you're thinking, and it's the same thing that I thought at first as well. I gotta get out there early. Even the places that say no early birds, I'm gonna show up a little early and see what I can do. Well, I thought about it, and I was like, why would I do that? Everyone's gonna have the same thought as me, and they're gonna flock there. So instead, I started going to the handful of tag sales in my town because I knew that everyone would be at that town-wide. And so far, it's paid off for me. I've been to 4 sales. My back seat is full. We got a Tyco slot car track. We got a full set of Harry Potter books. We've got an original Game Boy, a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy SP, Game Boy games, Nintendo 64 games, that whole cardboard box filled with Blu-rays. So my tip to you is, sometimes you want to go for what might seem like the worst of the sales because they're way less crowded and not overpicked. I hope all you guys are having a great weekend and good luck with your sales. Peace. What's up, guys? I'm finally back from my morning of tag sales, yard sales, garage sales, whatever you want to call them. Here in Connecticut, a lot of people call them tag sales. I know it's like the only part of the United States that calls them that, but I am home. I wish I had got more video out on the road, but it was raining and I didn't want people beating me to sales, so I didn't take too much time to record while I was out. And now I'm just gonna go through and give you a little review of what I found, and I had a great day. Check. All right, guys, here is the treasure trove from today. I wanted to get a nice wide shot of everything first. We'll start down here with the Tyco Haunted Highway Electric Racing Slot Car Set. Now this thing is in beautiful condition. The cars, or trucks I should say, are both in here. Grave Runner and Road Reaper, very cool. There's the instructions, has all the parts, which is crazy because this is very thin cardboard pieces that are in here that make up parts of this set, and they are in very good condition. I paid a whole whopping $2 for this set. It will sell for about 50 plus if I don't keep it. It is very cool, so I might hang on to that. Next, we have these vintage Halloween decorations. Now, these are just little cardboard embossed decorations that you hang around the house and windows on doors. They are made by the Bessel Company, and they are made in the good old US of A. I paid $1 for the whole lot. I will get about 15 to 20, which is absolutely crazy to me, but people love Halloween, especially vintage Halloween. Next, we move on to this New Kids on the Block painter's hat made by Big Step Productions. I paid 50 cents, and that'll sell for $15 to $20. We go on to the full set of hardcover Harry Potter books, which are always awesome. Paid $2 a piece for those. The full set sells for about $75-80 for me usually. Then we have, it must have been Game Boy Day. My first sale, check it out. I started with this original Game Boy case with the Game Boy and 4 Game Boy games. There's Wheel of Fortune, Mario, and then you have Bingo and Monopoly. Not the greatest games, not high dollar games, except the Mario. The Pac-Man was also in another lot I got. And also at that first sale was Super Mario 64, talking backwards, with the instruction manual, as well as Wheel of Fortune. Not a high dollar game, but cool nonetheless. And the cool teal Nintendo 64 case that the Mario was in. Let's see, I paid $10 for the Game Boy stuff and the N64 games, which is great. You're looking at about $30 for this case by itself. Another 30 or so for Mario, maybe 20. I haven't sold one in a while. Maybe 10 for the Mario, then a couple bucks each on the others, and then another 30 for the working OG Game Boy. Then we move on. The next sale, I got this awesome fanny pack, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy SP, and a tip for when you're looking at these Game Boy SP, you'll see the model number, AGS001. This is the more valuable. You'll get about 60 bucks just for this in working condition. The other model number is 101. And the difference is this button here is a backlight. So the screen is backlit and it's much brighter. So you don't need any of the light accessories or anything that you would for a Game Boy Color. As I drop it like this. This is a snake light, and this is what you would use for the Game Boy Color because it's not backlit. So if you're trying to play, if you're a little kid under the covers trying to play at night, hide it from your parents, you can't. So that's what they had that light for. It also came with this transfer cable. You can use that to trade Pokemon with other friends who have Game Boy. So then most of these games also came with that lot, except for these 4 here. I paid $15 for that lot that I just described. Next, the Game Boy Advance. That came in this cool carrying case back here. I love how all the people had carrying cases for their stuff, and they're all well protected and good condition. And the other 4 games came with that. And then also at that same sale, I got this very cool, my first Sony radio and recorder with all the tapes, and it works like a charm.
Oh yeah, listen to me. The human world,
Little mermaid tape in there.
life under the sea is better than anything they got up there.
Awesome.
The seaweed is always...
Came with all those tapes. And from that same sale, I also got this Harley Davidson shirt. I don't know if you can see it, but there we go. It came from New Zealand, which is pretty cool. I don't have a New Zealand one, but I do have a Australian one, so maybe I can pair them up. Also from that sale, I got this Strawberry Shortcake watch. It is a digital watch. Paid 50 cents for that. That's also where the New Kids on the Block hat and all the Halloween things came from, that same sale. And also this vintage squirt gun. At first I thought it was from the Mod Squad, but that is just a sticker they put on it. That's another 50 cents. They had a 50-cent table, so I got 4 items to make it $1. The Laverne and Shirley album, which is in mint condition, also came from that same table. I paid a total of $30 for the Game Boy setup bundle, the New Kids on the Block hat, the Halloween, the Sony, the gun, the shirt, and Laverne and Shirley, like 35. But this My First Sony will go for 30 plus by itself. So that essentially pays for that whole lot. And then also from my first sale that I got the Game Boy and the N64 stuff from, I got stacks of Blu-rays. There's about 60 Blu-rays here. I paid $10 for all the Blu-rays. They were in this box. I was like, what do you want for all of them? Paid 10 for that, 10 for the Game Boy, 20 total. Boom. Just these, the Weeds, season 1 through 8. That's the full series. That sells for 40 plus. So, boom. We're in the money, guys. So, the last thing. 2 more things, actually. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I bought this Seattle Mariners hat. It's a fitted hat. I'm still going to obviously clean it because it's kind of gross. The hat's not gross. Just, I'm bugged out by used hats. But it was my size, 7 3/8. And I have a nice Mariners Ken Griffey Jr. jersey that I like to wear. So, I got that to wear when I wear that. And then, at the house that I got the Harry Potter books from, I also bought a large tool cabinet type deal for the garage. That is outside because it's huge. But I showed interest in this cool little clock. You see his eyes going back and forth. It also has the pendulum that swings back and forth under here. And the key. That's a vintage clock made by the Hyken company. That's Japanese company. Sorry for my dogs going nuts. And the lady gave me that for free just because I showed interest in it. But sounds like I'm going to have to cut this short. Overall, it was a great day. I hope you guys all had an awesome Saturday of hunting as well. And we'll see you soon.